Okay, now go. Start again.
Double honest man and to the eldest man. And what I'll be speaking on is that only those who are the 144,000 man can truly understand this truth, man. Not two-thirds of our people, man. So with that, bro, can you read that scripture?
This is Romans chapter 11 verse 7.
Yeah.
What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Exactly. Because, man, two-thirds of our people, constantly try and seek this, truth, man, to actually, try and understand this truth. But just there, it said, can you read it again?
What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for.
Because they always try and seek the understanding of this truth. But go on.
Seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and
But-
the rest were blinded.
But those who are the elect have obtained the true understanding of this truth. And those who are of the two-thirds are what? Towards the end?
And the rest were blinded.
Exactly. So two-thirds of our people ain't ever gonna come to this truth. Two-thirds of our people won't ever get the true understanding of this truth. Because why? This truth is only for those who are of the 144,000 and the elect, man. Get the other scripture.
This is Matthew 13 and 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given.
Now, that there is really speaking about the actual deep things of this truth. But man, that scripture at the same time can also be applied to actually trying to understand this truth. Because it's only those who are of the 144,000, man, who will get the understanding of this truth. Because why? The Lord spake unto he only spake. He spoke to all our people, but the scripture says, all his sheep shall hear his voice. Meaning, to actually hear this truth, to actually understand it, it's only given to those who are it's to those who are part of his actual sheepfold, man. And that's talking about those who are the elect, man.
Let me get out verse 9 out as well. It says Matthew 13 and 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
That's right. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. And that ain't just talking about a person's ears. It's talking about whosoever have understanding. And that's only to the elect, because those who are the elect are the ones who have the true understanding of the truth, man. That's why, again, it says, all my sheep shall hear my voice. So can you go to the next scripture?
And this is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
Exactly. Two-thirds of our people all partake in lies, man. Because why? They ain't a part of those elect. Because that's why it speaks of in the scriptures in bro, can you quickly get Isaiah chapter 6 and 8?
This is Isaiah 6 and
Actually, 9.
so Isaiah,
9.
Isaiah chapter 6 verse 9. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not.
Yep.
And see ye indeed, but perceive not.
Go on, keep reading.
Make the heart of his people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed.
Exactly. So he put that spirit on those who ain't a part of his sheep to be purposely blinded, lest they be converted and healed, man. Because those people who is speaking about aren't of those who are chosen to understand His truth, and aren't of those who are of the elect. So can you go back to the other scripture?
This is back to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 11. And for this cause Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth.
Exactly, because in the scriptures it says 2/3 of our people shall be cut off and die, because they don't believe the truth. Go on.
But had pleasure in unrighteousness.
That's clearly speaking about those 2/3 of our people, isn't it? Go on.
But this is verse 13. But we are bound to give thanks always to Yahweh for you, brethren, beloved for the Lord Yahweh, because Yahweh have from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the spirit and belief of the truth.
And the spirit and the belief of the truth. Who's that talking about? Those chosen men were chosen from the start to obviously what? To have the spirit and the belief.
Yahweh have from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the spirit and belief of the truth.
And that only applies unto those who are elect. That's why the scripture says Israel have not obtained that which is seeking for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Did you get in the journal piece of paper again? Yeah, you get in the next scripture. Second, just Timothy's 2. Yeah.
This is 2 Timothy's
Chapter 2. Start from 2.
2 and 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
Yep.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Wait, okay, bro. Can you read that?
Take it from free, yeah?
No, can you
again?
Go back to 2. Go back to 2.
This is 2 Timothy's 2 verse 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men,
Yep.
who shall be able to teach others also.
And that's really speaking about those who are of the 144,000 and the third, because the scripture says I think is in Hebrews, it says if you ain't got faith, it's impossible to serve Him. Now, really, man, if you think about it, in this time that us are in now, it's only those who are the elect who are gonna be that. You know? Can you read on?
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Because in the scriptures it says, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. And as us lot already know in the scriptures, it's just those who are the elect who will even endure unto the end anyway. Go on, bro, read on.
This is verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. The husbandman that laboureth must be first partaker of the fruits.
Go on, read on.
Consider what I say, and the Lord Yahweh give thee understanding in all things.
So it says, consider what I say, and the Lord will give you understanding in all things. Now those exact people who he's speaking of is those who are the elect, because only those who are the elect will get the understanding of this truth. Like, yeah, not each person will obviously be, at a great point in the truth, but it's just those who are of the elect will get the understanding. And I'm just not going to end. I'm going to end with this scripture. Can you get the scripture? Revelation. Yeah, get that one.
This is Revelations chapter 3, verse
2. No, sorry. 20.
Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock.
The door's your mind. Go on.
If any man hear my voice and open the door,
Yeah.
I will come in to him, and I will sup with him, and he with me.
But again, we read the scripture that actually said what? Just those, it says what? Those who of the elect have obtained it. So that scripture applies unto the elect, and that the Lord will sup with him to give him what? The true understanding of his truth. So that I'm say, warn and praise be to Yahweh Shem Shai.
Shalom.
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 GMS and Shalom.
Shalom.